Well, that was the biggest gong show of my life. That appointment was at 1:30. It is now 5:35 and I'm just getting in. It took over an hour for the appointment to start. They couldn't find any of our paperwork. These things happen, whatever, but the whole way, and please, if you're watching this, understand that you can be frustrated with the system. You don't need, you can be frustrated with the system, but I feel like people get really funny about the NHS. They then tell me to F off back to where I'm from, whereas you have to understand where I come from. It's not America, it's Canada, and the healthcare system is better than this. And I'm not paying for it either. But they couldn't find my paperwork, or our paperwork. They didn't tell me when I booked the appointment that Paul needed to be there. So I booked the appointment for a certain time that wasn't a good time for Paul, and therefore he couldn't stay any longer, and then the appointment ran an hour late. So he literally said hello to the doctor and then had to go to work. Nonetheless, the doctor thinks that majority of the problem is my fibroids, so whatever, so be it, it's fine. I don't want this TikTok to be hours long, but it is incredibly frustrating. One, the NHS, they can't see your notes from doctor to doctor. So last year, I filmed a TikTok here going to a gynecologist. He can't see what that gynecologist deduced. And so he's like, well, did you bring the paperwork? But nowhere did they tell me to bring the paperwork. I'm not from here. This is one of the few face-to-face appointments that I've had. So you didn't tell me to bring the paperwork, so I didn't bring the paperwork. Anyways, drumroll, he wants me to have surgery for my fibroids. He said that there's a long wait list for that, and you only have until you're 39 to access this part of the NHS, and it seems to be that there's over a year wait time for this. I'm already 36 and a half. Then will they refer me to the IVF aspect of it? Obviously, I don't want to say that this isn't practical. It is what it is. And obviously I have embryos frozen, but I just feel a little bit anxious now, not knowing how to move forward with what we've got in Prague. He says that in order for us to even be successful with the IVF, I would need this surgery. And he says the chances of miscarriage is over 50% for me because of my fibroids. So I need this surgery. He said that the surgery is literally just a temporary fix because by the time they take out my bigger fibroids, it's just going to give the space for the smaller fibroids to grow. And so it's just a temporary fix. And this is just basically my life until I go through menopause, which sucks. So I just don't know if I should be maybe trying one transfer in Prague, seeing if it works, but then how, and I'm just talking out loud, I literally just got in from the appointment and Paul's not home, but is the chance of miscarriage my entire pregnancy? Is that risk the entire pregnancy and I'm risking having miscarriage at 25 weeks or whatever? Or is it just the initial getting the embryo to embed? So I feel like right now, my whole way home, what I've thought about is if I should do a transfer, see if it works. I know statistically it's 3 transfers and then 90% of people will be successful. Or should I just see about doing the surgery privately in Prague for fibroids? I don't know. I just feel so discouraged because I feel like we're no closer to, and his exact words to me, you know what he said? The whole, this isn't going to be easy on you. And it's if he only knew how hard it's been so far already. Ugh.